people? Defensive Architect here, coming to you with the divisional round of the playoffs. We are on our mission and on our quest to get to the Super Bowl so that we can prove once and for all that building a great defense can win you Super Bowls, and that defense wins championships. In this round, we are playing the New York Football Giants. And this was also a pretty good matchup here and a pretty good defensive showcase. Really good defensive showing. And, the last game we played against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they were 10-7 and just like this team. And it was nice sack. It was much closer than it needed to be, for sure. So I was really intrigued by the fact that we were in a dogfight against a 10-7 team. But hey, it is the playoffs, and everybody kind of turns up the competition in the playoffs. So, can't take individuals lightly. But anywho, yeah, so far so good with our defense. This team is trying to throw some dink and dunks here. They tried the screen pass, but we were onto it that time. So that was a good defensive sequence. They punted the ball. They gave it to us. We scored a field goal. I'm sorry. Let me back up. There was a pick six, I believe. Or was it a fumble? I think it was a fumble return for a touchdown. And we got the ball back, and then we scored a field goal. So now we're down 7-3. But that was a rubbish sequence and turn of events. And that happens from time to time with this offense. I mean, that's really one of the major Achilles heel that we have here is our turnover ratios. The offense, I think we're like 22nd in the league in turnovers. So this offense does turn over the ball. A lot of times, it'll be like a fumble, a sack fumble, interception, stuff like that. And, that just leaves our defense in a bad way. I mean, that's if they don't score, on that defensive possession. But, we've been able to get it under control, which is why we're in the position we're in right now. And so here comes a penalty. There's a flag there. And, yeah, a lot of times the offenses, they'll try to mix things up and start doing stuff. Once your defense really starts to get good, and that actually will result to them committing penalties, delay of games and false starts and stuff like that. And that's how you got a really good defense when they're doing so much. They start to do too much, and they will suddenly start to commit penalties or just turn the ball over because they're trying to get rid of the ball fast because you got a good front seven. So they're trying to run the ball. They're trying to get their run game going. And so far, it's been stuffed. So it'll pretty much be a matter of time before they start to pass the ball heavy, which means that we'll have a lot of fun when that happens. Because usually that results to at least one or two takeaways at that point. But so far, so good. I mean, aside from that defensive touchdown that the other team scored, we're still in good shape. Our defense is holding it down so that we're keeping them at bay so that we can give our offense a chance to get ahead or at least bring us closer. And, if you notice, a lot of the quarterbacks that we go against, they have a pretty high completion percentage. And I would just say, you don't want to get too deceived by their completion percentage, like 100%, 80%, 90%. The reason why that's the case is because they're getting rid of the ball so quickly, to the point where, they're throwing the ball like 3 yards under, 5 yards under. It's very infrequent. It happens from time to time, but it's pretty infrequent that they will throw, just bombers, just try to throw way over the top, or they try to throw medium passes. That's a good tackle. That was a really nice play there. Really good play. But it's very rare that they, throw those long passes. I mean, unless they catch us slipping because we're audibling too much or we're doing too much. But other than that, they're trying to get rid of the ball, just like here. Their screenplay, right? They're going to throw a lot of screens, a lot of drags. They're trying to throw curls. They're throwing hooks. They're throwing all kinds of stuff just to get rid of the ball, So because our front four is very good. And, unless they kind of go max protection or whatever the case is, they'll, just like here, another pass underneath. Another pass underneath. Our coverages are really good. Front four or front seven is pretty good. So that results to them trying to get rid of the ball very quickly. So that's why, we tend to give up pretty high completion percentages. But there are games where we will only give up 60% completion, 70%, sometimes below 50%, which is a really good game. It's like we just weren't giving them nothing that game, but more often than not, a lot of the completion percentages are due to a lot of these dink and dunk 3-yard passes, 4-yard passes, screen plays, drags, curls, hooks, so they're just trying to get rid of the ball. And that results in them trying to just drive down the field. So there goes another screen play, and it resulted to a first down. But those are the kind of things, and those are the kind of plays that I'm talking about, where it just starts to get a little bit funny and a little bit silly. But yeah, so they'll probably score here. Yeah, more likely they're going to score here. So they got their little touchdown. That's cute. We scored a touchdown ourselves. So the next possession, we had the ball for a pretty good while, and that resulted to us scoring. So here we go again. They're trying to turn to their slants. So now I've actually audibled the coverage. Now we're in the base coverage, and that was good defense. That was really good defense. Really good defense. Usually when I turn to the dime, about 80% of the time I'm playing that cover 3 coverage you see there, like that buzz cover 3, because it's a very effective, balanced defense, even though we gave up a 12-yard run or whatever the case is. But, it's a pretty balanced coverage. So I tend to turn to that more often than not, but I will go to the Tampa 2 as well. But, I will go cover 3 heavy though. And my general my general defense is cover 3. I mean, I love to play cover 3. I think most people like to play cover 3. I think that's kind of the default because it's a really good balanced coverage, and it gives you just enough time for your front four to get to the quarterback. And if they can't get to him, they at least apply some kind of pressure so that the quarterback can get rid of the ball quickly and you can make a play underneath, which is what the whole point of the coverage is. So again, there goes that out route and those short passes. So, they've relegated to this. This is pretty much going to be the vast majority of the game. That's the vast majority of their offense in this game. So we're just going to have to deal with that. And I do prefer to give up these short underneath passes and give up these short plays than to give up plays over the top. So and I did make some adjustments as far as my coverages and such. Okay, that's probably the biggest play or the longest play we've given up in this game so far. But, the coverages that I've made, I've been making adjustments to those. And, that's resulted to the quarterback throwing these short routes. Because the last game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the wild card round, we gave up a play down the seam. There's a run touchdown there by the quarterback. So, that's that. But, yeah. So we've scored again. Apparently, this is going to be a high-scoring game. Hopefully not. Hopefully in the second half, we can do a little bit better. But here we go. Now they're just driving down the field. I mean, now we're just getting sloppy at this point. Did I just interrupt my thought about the last game? Okay, I think I did. Let me finish that thought. Oh Lord, here we go with this. It seems like every time I'm trying to say something to make a point, it's like I'm just looking at these plays, just like, why? How are we giving up 28 points in the first half? And it's like when I do record, and it's funny because when I do record, it's like that's when things just get real crazy. I'm not doing anything more or less normally than I do when I'm not recording. I'm not doing anything more or less when I'm recording than when I'm not recording. So that's just interesting. I run the same coverages, the same defensive looks. This is my process. This is why I'm recording it, because this is my process when I'm not recording. But for whatever reason, when I do record, it's like the offense just goes crazy. Like, it's just crazy. But anywho, oh boy. So we're down 11. So we're facing a deficit against this team. We're facing a deficit. Our defense has to turn up even harder. So now we have to get really disciplined. I have to give them so many different looks now. So I have to definitely mix things up even more, which is probably what I should have been doing in the first half. But here we are. So hopefully we can get off the field so I can give my offense a chance to make some plays. And there's that false start. That's what you want. You want that false start. Now they're jumping. The linemen are jumping. I'm not even blitzing. I haven't even blitzed once in this game. I have not been blitzing this whole game. And they're already jumping off, and false starting and stuff, because our front four is very good. And as you can see, our front four is so good that the quarterback is just taking off now. Now he's going from chopping us up to trying to just get away from the pressure, because we're getting pressure on them just with our front four. So they're trying to drive down the field on us, and so far they've had the ball for a while. So they're trying to run some clock, and they're trying to drive down the field on us so they can kind of put us away. This is like a put away drive here. There goes that tackle, Cheese. Boy, I hate that tackle. That little skip tackle. That should be a team tackle. That should be a double tackle, but instead it's like this little frontward little skip tackle thing. I really hate that. Nice play. Should have been a pick, but that probably saved our season. I know that's a lot to say on one play, but I think that play saved our season, because that was a really good play. Because if he makes that play, then they to the least they go up by 14. Nice. That's a clutch play right there. That's clutch. That's why I put a lot of money into this front four. And this is the result you want. Okay, so I threw an interception. My quarterback threw an interception, and this is why they have the ball back. So now we are being driven down the field once again. So now they're driving down the field. They're still only up by 11, which is good. And the dinking and dunking, we can take that. Now, mind you, they put up a 28-piece on us at halftime. So our defense has gotten much better just in this quarter alone. There's a sack. We're doing tremendous things right now. It's less than 4 minutes to go. And the biggest thing is, which is really like a head scratcher, we've only given up 280 yards of total offense, which is interesting. They put up a 28-piece on us, but in the process, they have less than 300 total yards. So, that's kind of a head scratcher that, I just really don't. I know one of those touchdowns, I should say, was a defensive touchdown. So, it really should be 21-17, but, hey, it is what it is. So, so far, so good. I know right now it looks like they're kind of chopping us up and doing all kinds of different things, but they really haven't done anything and gone anywhere. So, it's 28-17, and there's another sack. Yes, indeed. Rowe had I'm not sure how many sacks. He didn't have any sacks. I thought he had a whole bunch of sacks last game, but no. Rowe has been really tremendous for us. Our left end. He's been really good. So right now, it's almost the end of the third quarter. We threw a pick, but we got plenty of time left. There he goes, taking off again. There he goes again. Yep, that's a penalty. That's a penalty, brother. So I think that's an illegal forward pass. I think that's what that's called. Yeah. So it's fourth down. They got a punt to us, and so this is really good. So we got them off the field. They did not score this whole quarter. This whole quarter they have not scored. So that's a really good sign for us. That really wasn't much of nothing, but yeah. So we scored a touchdown on that possession. So now we're only down by 3. So this is really good. This is a really good sign here. I'm really happy that our offense has gotten much better this season. Like I said in the last round, we're number 1 in offense as well. So we got a number 1 defense and a number 1 offense. So we are a complete team. And as you can see in the scoreboard, this is the byproduct of that. We make stops on defense, and our offense puts up the points, and that's the recipe of a good franchise, of a Super Bowl contender, even a dynasty. So there he goes, taking off again. So this is what I'm saying. Our defense, our front four is so good that we're getting pressure to this guy, and he is having to take off. And so now they're trying to go for it. I'm sorry. They're I think they went for it. I think something skipped. But there's a pick. There's a pick. That's a big interception from Davis. Big interception. But what I was getting ready to say was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think something skipped in my recording or what have you or whatever, so it kind of skipped some sequences. But anyway, we scored on offense, so now we're leading in this game. So now we're up 31-28. Now, mind you, once again, they put this up on us in the first half. Okay? So they haven't scored since. And hopefully we can continue this. We could keep this up through this game, because we definitely need to hold serve to this, and we need to finish strong. Okay, so I think he got that first down. But yeah, our defense is just absolutely out of this world, man. So hopefully we could get another pick here, make a stop. We could do something here in this possession. There he goes, taking off again. So there he goes, taking off. And one thing I have noticed too, and I understand that I'm playing on all Madden, but the biggest thing that I hate is, like, when you run with your quarterback, it's almost like if they breathe on you, the guy just fumbles. But their quarterback can run around all game and never fumble, really. So, like I said, I know I'm playing on all Madden, so there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going to happen. But it's just that's just interesting to me, man. Like, and honestly, it doesn't even matter which difficulty level you play on. It's like when you try to take off and run with your quarterback, they just make this guy fumble all day. But their quarterback can just run like a running back and just take hits and take blows. He's barely even like sliding. So yeah, I'm just complaining about it. But it is what it is. We definitely need to make a play right here, right now, because right now they're getting deeper. There we go. Yes, that pretty much seals it. That's pretty much going to seal it. That's pretty much going to seal it. Yes, and it did. We held the ball on offense and ran the clock out. That's how good our offense is. I think it was like maybe 5 minutes left in the game, and we just ran the clock all the way out. So, man, this was a really good game. We struggled in the first half, but we held serve. We held our ground, and as a result, we won. So, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, we're signing out and see you in the next round. Peace.